So we all got our notebooks back today, right? There's a couple of things. The notebooks are worth 20% of your grade. I mean, a large portion of the 20% of your grade. And we have to take advantage of that notebook. Okay, so you need to have everything in there. Any handout I give you, any quiz I return, any test I return that's graded, you need to put it in there with the parent's signature. Let's take a look at what we need to have a good grade in this notebook. First of all, you had to have this graded yourself, okay? And it says right here, self-evaluation. So you give yourself points. So like, let's say description number, the first description says that everything is secure. If you lift it up and nothing falls out, you give yourself 1 point right there. And then, do you have your Unit 0 test on there with the parent's signature? Let's say you have your Unit 0 test right there graded, but you didn't get it signed. So you get 1 point for having it in your notebook, but you missed the point for not having a parent's signature. So you would give yourself a 1 right there, okay? And then it says notes and class openers. Do you have every note or class opener accounted for with the title, date, and day, even on the days you're absent? So like, let's say you were absent one day and you never found out what you missed. You could give yourself, instead of 1 point, you could give yourself like a 0.9. If there's only one day that you missed, give yourself a decimal that's close to 1. But anyways, you get the idea. You give yourself a score. The homework, it's 3 points. So if you only did about half of the homework, give yourself a 1.5. If you didn't do any homework, give yourself a 0. Now on the homework, you have to show your work. I give you the answers, so when you write the answer down on a certain question, that's not good enough because I give you the answer. You need to show your work each and every step. Okay, so if you give yourself a 3, that means that you did every single homework assignment and you have every single question and you showed all your work to every single question. The homework log is in the back. Hopefully you maintain that. Neatness, is it presentable? Is the writing legible? Do you have a title, date, and day on each page? This is a big one right here, guys. Do you have a title, date, and day on each page? So if you have a title, date, and day on each page, you'll be good, right? There's no way you could get less than like a C if you have a title, date, and day on each page. So what's wrong with this one right here, guys?
Title.
Yeah, they have something taped in here and something taped in here, but there's no title. I'm looking at this, I don't know what this is until I open it, but I don't want to unfold 150 different notebook papers, you know what I mean? And each one, there's several folded papers. So I need a title, date, and day on the outside. Yes, there's a date right there with the day, Thursday, abbreviated, but there's still no title right there. So I would have to mark down points on this one. What's up with this one? Or what's wrong with this one? No date. But not only that, I mean, look at the title, Guide. Guide to what? Right? Like, guide to what? I don't know if this is a guide to a quiz, to a test. I don't know what section this is on. I don't know if this is a guide to I don't know, right? HW number 5. What is that? I don't know what that is. Like, first of all, I don't number the homeworks. I don't know like which is the first homework, the second homework. I need an actual description of what this is, okay? So this is no good. You do not want to just give that as a title, and it doesn't even have days on it or the date. Okay. Aha! Is this one better?
Same.
Yeah. Is there anything wrong with this one?
No.
Yeah, there is. What's wrong with it?
That's mine.
Oh gosh. Okay. So what's wrong with this one? Okay. So on this side over here, we're good. There's a title, class opener. There's a date and a day. That's good. But when we look over here, there's a folded paper, and yeah, I do have a day and the date, but I don't have a title unless I unfold it to look at it. And I'm not saying that I'm lazy, right? I don't want it's like, oh, I need to unfold. It's just so much better when you open it up and you know what it is out here without having to unfold it. So I'm telling you guys, it's actual points here. If you have a title, date, and day, you'll be good to go. So this one's a good one. Look, there's something folded right here, but I don't have to open it. I know it's the practice quiz, right? I mean, I guess he could have been more detailed and said practice quiz 1.1, 1.2, because that was the quiz that we just had, 1.1, 1.2. That was a section of this practice quiz. and it also has the day and the date right there. Over here, yeah, I already know it's a homework assignment, but it tells you what type of homework assignment it is. Order of operations. It's the notes and the homework on that section from Wednesday, right? So this is a good example of what it should look like if you have folded papers in there. Here's another one. This one has a title, test number 1, and corrections. Not only that, she left the space right here so I could see what test it was, test 1, right? And on the back side of this paper, it has the written corrections with explanations on there. Then over here, she has a couple of different things. There's a date and the day. It's the pre-quiz and the quiz description. So there's a quiz description, there's the other quiz. So title, date, and day is what we're looking for. On the back side, everybody should have what? On the cover of your notebook, what should you have? The homework log. So on the back side, you should be maintaining a homework log. If you leave it blank, then you're going to miss out on a point, right? When you grade yourself, and when I graded also. So this is a good homework log. There's the description. As you can see, the date, all the dates are right here. The sections, it tells you the sections, 0.3 and 0.5, 1.1, 1.2, 1.1, and 1.2. And then a description of what it is. This was a practice quiz on PEMDAS. She gave herself a 3 points. So this is the reflection. It's not really points. It's just telling you how you feel about that homework. So that's how you maintain a homework log. And of course, she got all 3s because she understood everything. She did every single question, and she got everything right. Now, what if on a certain homework assignment she didn't get every single question? Let's say she finished most of it, but she wasn't able to do 1 or 2 of them. Then she would give herself a reflection value of 2. It says right here, I finished most of the work, I understand most of them, but need to ask for help on 1 or 2 problems. So these are not points, all right? It's not like, oh, I want to give myself a bunch of 3s so my grade's better. That's not how it works. It's just, are you reflecting on how you feel about the homework? So if you give yourself a 3, that just tells you that you really understood it. If you give yourself a 0, that means you don't understand anything on it. If you give yourself a 1, you understand about half of it. So it tells you if you're understanding the homework as you go. It tells me if you're understanding the homework as you go. And sure enough, this student understood all the homework. She got an A+ on the quiz. She got an A+ on the last test. Why is that? Because she's understanding all the homework here. So that's what it boils down to. Do you have a title, date, and day on each page? Are you doing all your homework? And are you keeping track of the homework list with the reflection? If you have all that stuff, that's like the recipe for an A+ on the notebook. And we should all take advantage of that because it's 20% of the grade. It's actually a large chunk of your grade. I've seen A students with mediocre notebooks that the A drops down to a C. I've seen D students that maintain a really good notebook and their D goes up to a C because the notebook is valuable this year. Okay, so take advantage of that.